Just hours ago, the internet was thrown into turmoil as news broke that Chrisean Rock had mysteriously disappeared, igniting a wildfire of fear, rumors, and anger. Fans desperately searched for answers, with Baby Jr.'s name trending worldwide, while even Blueface's most devoted followers fell silent in concern. Now, a haunting new chapter has unfolded. Chrisean Rock has been located, not in the safety of her home or surrounded by loved ones, but alone in a dilapidated motel far from Los Angeles. Authorities arrived swiftly after an anonymous tip led them to the rundown lodging. Police confirmed the discovery, and Child Protective Services were immediately called to the scene. Most disturbingly, Baby Jr. was nowhere to be found. Witnesses report that Chrisean was discovered in a state of distress, tears streaming, visibly disoriented, and clutching a bundle of handwritten notes. This unsettling revelation only deepens the mystery surrounding their disappearance, leaving the public desperate for clarity amid growing concern. What was Chrisean Rock's true intention? A desperate plea for help, or something far more alarming? And who was behind the anonymous tip that led authorities straight to her? Speculation swirled. Some fingers pointed at Blueface's family, others suspected a close friend's betrayal. One thing became chillingly clear. What started as a troubling situation had spiraled into something far darker. What unfolds next could alter everything. The unfolding drama began not with a bang, but a deafening silence. More than 36 hours slipped by without a single update from Chrisean Rock. No Instagram posts, no tweets, no live streams, just an unsettling void where her once vibrant, unfiltered online presence used to dominate. For someone so accustomed to sharing her highs and lows with the world, her sudden disappearance sparked immediate concern and speculation. The absence felt heavy, as if the digital air itself had thickened with tension. The last public glimpse of Chrissy was raw and heart-wrenching. Cameras caught her exiting the courthouse, her face etched with defeat and despair, eyes swollen and bloodshot, lips trembling with the weight of the crushing news she had just received. The judge had handed down a swift and unyielding verdict. Emergency custody of Baby Jr. was awarded to Blueface's mother, Carissa. The decision was a decisive blow, snatching the child from Chrissy's care under urgent protective measures. For many, the scene was heartbreaking, a mother visibly broken by the loss of her child. The court ruling triggered an immediate investigation by Child Protective Services, who began probing the conditions of Chrissy's home, her mental health, and her ability to provide a safe environment for Baby Jr. This development sent shockwaves through the online community, dividing public opinion sharply. Loyal supporters quickly rallied around Chrissy, painting the custody battle as yet another example of a flawed system that too often penalizes vulnerable mothers rather than offering support. They argued that her outbursts and struggles were cries for help, not proof of unfitness. Conversely, critics pointed to the public nature of Chrissy's emotional breakdowns and a history marked by instability, suggesting that the intervention was necessary to safeguard the child's well-being. To them, the chaotic lifestyle she led, compounded by mental health challenges played out so openly on social media, underscored the urgent need for protective measures. The debate was fierce and polarized, with each side wielding social media as a battleground for justice, sympathy, and condemnation. Meanwhile, the silence from Chrissy herself only deepened the mystery and concern. Fans speculated wildly. Was she retreating to heal? Was she overwhelmed and breaking down behind closed doors? Or was there something more ominous happening? The silence became a symbol of her isolation, a stark contrast to the vibrant woman who had once commanded attention with fearless honesty. As the hours dragged on, this eerie quiet only amplified the stakes of the custody fight, turning it into a national conversation about motherhood, mental health, and the pressures of public scrutiny. Chrissy's absence wasn't just a physical disappearance. It was a powerful reminder of how quickly the spotlight can turn cold, and how the very platforms that once gave her a voice could become echo chambers of judgment. In this charged atmosphere, the line between private pain and public spectacle blurred. Chrissy's silence spoke volumes, forcing the world to confront uncomfortable questions. How do we protect mothers under pressure? When does intervention become necessary? And when does it become a form of punishment? The story was far from over, but in those quiet hours, the first cracks had already begun to show in the fragile facade of a life lived in public view, one woman's battle playing out on the world's stage. Then came the unthinkable. Chrissy vanished that very night. No return to her sister's home, no responses to frantic calls and messages from friends and her manager. By day 2, fear had set in. Her closest allies, including her hairstylist, publicly pleaded for news of her safety. As the social media frenzy escalated, a whisper began circulating on Reddit. Chrissy had been spotted alone in a rundown motel on the city's outskirts. No photos, no proof, only growing dread. Blueface himself remained unusually silent, no taunts, no public commentary, just a cryptic post hinting at hidden motives. Meanwhile, Carissa was reportedly moving to secure full custody, with leaked confidential filings alleging Chrissy's emotional instability and a harmful environment for baby Junior. These allegations cut deep, especially since Chrissy's fierce, if tumultuous, love for her child was no secret. The public's fears escalated. Had Chrissy harmed herself? Was she planning to flee with baby Junior to escape the relentless spotlight and legal battles? Then, at precisely 9:14 a.m. that morning, an anonymous 911 call shattered the silence. Authorities were tipped off about a woman matching Chrissy's. Description: holed up in a roadside motel for 2 nights. Police arrived within half an hour. Inside, they found Chrissy, fully clothed but exhausted and distraught, lying amid scattered notebooks, snacks, and unopened baby bottles. She clutched a photo of baby Junior and carried only a half-empty duffel bag. No drugs or weapons were found, only emotional evidence, handwritten notes revealing her anguish, including a half-finished letter titled, "If I don't make it back," and scribbles confessing, "I lost him. I lost everything." Then, a startling discovery, a prepaid burner phone with a single received call traced back to Carissa. The narrative shifted. Was this a rescue or a setup? The public erupted with theories that Carissa had orchestrated the anonymous tip, turning what seemed like intervention into a calculated move. During questioning, Chrissy remained silent until she whispered, "I figured y'all would come." She admitted to sleepless nights, starvation, and a desperate need to escape the relentless judgment and betrayal. When asked about baby Junior, her voice broke. "He's safe, but not with me, and that's what's killing me." But the story twisted further. A hotel worker revealed Chrissy hadn't come alone. She'd arrived with a hooded woman carrying a baby carrier. Surveillance footage confirmed the woman left hours later with baby Junior, stepping into a black SUV with unregistered plates. Internet. Sleuths quickly identified the woman as Blueface's cousin, sparking theories. Did Chrissy entrust her child to someone she trusted, or was the baby taken amid her unraveling? Adding fuel to the fire, Chrissy's best friend posted and deleted a cryptic Instagram story accusing others of fake prayers and hinting at deeper betrayal. Blueface finally broke his silence with a dismissive tweet, handled, "Next chapter," followed by a laughing crying emoji, drawing widespread backlash for seeming to trivialize a serious crisis. As public opinion shifted, the narrative evolved. Chrissy was no longer just a reality star caught in a media storm. She became a symbol of the complicated intersections of mental health, motherhood, and fame. Meanwhile, Child Protective Services issued a neutral statement. Chrissy had been located and interviewed. The investigation was ongoing. Off the record, whispers suggested a deeper reckoning was underway, an evaluation not only of Chrissy's mental health, but of the entire emergency custody system that enabled Carissa's rapid intervention. The battle over baby Junior and Chrissy's future had only just begun, and the world was watching every agonizing moment. As everyone scrambles to contain the fallout, Chrissy has retreated once again, silent, secluded, closely monitored, yet more isolated than ever before. Meanwhile, baby Junior is growing up under the care of people Chrissy no longer trusts, a reality that cuts deep. But just when it seemed like the worst was over, a new storm brews on the horizon. A video, set to surface soon, threatens to shatter everything. What does it reveal? Something that could unravel it all. Hours after Chrissy was found at that motel, drained and disoriented but alive, the online world breathed a tentative sigh of relief, only to brace for the chaos that's still to come. No one saw this coming. A video surfaced. Raw security. Footage from inside the motel's dim hallway, time-stamped precisely at 12:46 a.m., mere moments before the mysterious SUV carrying baby Junior drove off into the night. The clip sends chills. A hooded woman strides quickly down the corridor, cradling a bundled infant, baby Junior. At the exit, she pauses, glances back toward the motel room for a heartbeat, then gives a subtle wave, seemingly aware of the camera's presence. The internet froze, wondering, was that Chrisean? Did she willingly hand over her child? Was this some premeditated act? Scrutiny exploded as TikTok sleuths dissected the footage frame by frame. Just beyond the doorway's edge, cloaked in shadow, stood a figure unmistakably Chrisean Rock, wearing the same clothes police found her in, motionless, watching silently, neither protesting nor following. Questions flooded social media. Was this a coerced surrender, a failed escape, or a moment of heartbreaking resignation? Then the backlash ignited. Blueface's sister Kali wasted no time resharing the clip, captioning it coldly. "Told y'all she unstable. Gave that baby up like luggage. SMH." The post exploded, amassing millions of views within the hour. Kali didn't stop there. She took to Instagram Live, accusing Chrisean of abandoning her son and praising CPS for intervening. "My brother isn't the villain," she declared. "The baby's in good hands." Outraged fans accused the family of orchestrating a cruel spectacle, exploiting Chrisean's pain without an ounce of compassion. But then a bombshell dropped. Chrisean's own cousin chimed in during Kali's live stream. "Y'all don't know the half of it. Chrisean thought she was handing Junior to someone safe. She was lied to." Suddenly, a darker theory took shape. Was Chrisean deceived into surrendering her child to someone affiliated with Blueface's family to secure legal advantage? CPS later confirmed that the woman in the SUV had ties to Carissa, Blueface's mother. The revelation shattered Chrisean. Witnesses say she lost control, hurling furniture and screaming, "She stole him!" The emotional turmoil was so extreme that authorities sedated her and called for an on-site psychological evaluation. Insider reports described her as overwhelmed by betrayal, paranoia, and isolation, demanding immediate legal counsel. Her attorneys are now involved, suggesting possible coercion and manipulation, and hinting at potential criminal investigations. Meanwhile, the footage spread like wildfire, edited with haunting soundtracks and dramatic captions portraying a mother's worst nightmare in real time. The public's empathy swelled as celebrities weighed in. Cardi B condemned the exploitation of a mother's mental health. Summer Walker questioned the absence of genuine support, and Misa Hilton lamented the simultaneous destruction wrought by both social media and the legal system. Rumors swirled about Chrisean's condition. Was she under 24/7 psychiatric care? Admitted to a private rehab in Malibu? None confirmed. Yet, Blueface posted a stark contrast. A studio video of himself laughing and mocking, dropping diss lyrics aimed at Chrisean's breakdown. The backlash was fierce. Fans called it abuse, questioning how CPS could side with him. Then Chrisean's manager released a haunting teaser from a recent interview where Chrisean, tearful and trembling, declared, "If something ever happens to me, no, it wasn't because I didn't love my son. It's because they broke me." The clip went viral, and the demand for answers, justice, and truth intensified. The battle blurred lines between reality and spectacle, drawing in fans, journalists, advocates, and celebrities. Hashtags like #SlarkFreeChrisIan and Mental Health Matters trended, flooding platforms with heartfelt pleas and conspiracy theories. Viral videos questioned why no one intervened when Chrisean's silence was a desperate cry for help. Amidst the chaos, fake headlines and rumors flew unchecked. CPS investigations, family betrayals, leaked legal threats. But one thing was clear: the public had picked a side. Blueface, once dominant, found himself drowned out by a chorus calling for accountability. Then, the unexpected. An unverified leaked audio recording surfaced, capturing a phone call between Blueface and his cousin, the woman who took baby Junior. The cousin confessed to thinking she was handing the child to Blueface's aunt, unaware of the legal machinations. Blueface's laughter and words, "You handled it smooth," sent shockwaves, confirming for many that Chrisean hadn't given up her child willingly but was outmaneuvered. Chrisean's legal team hinted at criminal actions, while social media demanded consequences. And in the midst of this turmoil, Chrisean herself posted a haunting photo on Instagram, a hospital bracelet and the simple caption, "Still here." Fans rallied, urging her to hold on, fight back, and reclaim her life. Just when the tangled saga of Chrisean and baby Junior felt like it had reached its darkest point, an even more gut-wrenching piece of the puzzle emerged, this time from a source unexpectedly close, Chrisean's former best friend, known only as T. The leak came in the form of a video, raw and painfully intimate, shot inside the motel room where Chrisean was found during her disappearance. There, sitting on the edge of a threadbare bed, Chrisean's face is etched with exhaustion and despair. Her voice breaks as she reveals the emotional torment that had been kept hidden from the public eye. In the clip, Chrisean's words cut through the noise like a sharp blade. She had been assured, promised by those around her, that baby Junior would be returned to her after only a short separation, a week at most. The whole situation, she was told, was a temporary legal maneuver intended to calm the courts, to satisfy procedural demands without permanently taking the child from her care. But that promise was a lie. Instead of a brief pause, baby Junior was taken away permanently, a fact that shattered Chrisean's world. Her confession lays bare the crushing weight of betrayal, not just by the legal system, but by the very people she thought were on her side. The video's unfiltered nature makes it impossible to dismiss her pain as manufactured or exaggerated. Every tear, every falter in her voice reveals a woman pushed to the brink, not simply by loss, but by deception and broken trust. "Not like this," she says, the anguish evident. "Not without my baby." Those words linger in the silence that follows, echoing a mother's deepest fear and heartbreak. What makes this footage so seismic is its source. T was once a confidant, someone Chrisean leaned on during her darkest hours. To have such a private moment exposed so publicly feels like an additional betrayal, a violation that fans and followers struggle to process. The footage flips the narrative yet again, raising new questions about loyalty, complicity, and the true nature of the alliances surrounding Chrisean. Social media exploded the moment the video surfaced. Supporters rallied fiercely behind Chrisean, their empathy deepened by the revelation that her battle was not only legal, but profoundly personal and emotional. Critics, however, sharpened their knives, some accusing Chrisean of weakness, others questioning the motives behind T's decision to share such a vulnerable moment. Was this an act of genuine concern or part of a larger, more calculated game? And what does this say about the people Chrisean once trusted? Meanwhile, legal insiders leaked hints that T might be called to testify under oath. The implications are massive. Her testimony could shed light on what she knew, when she knew it, and whether she played a role in orchestrating or allowing baby Junior's handoff to Blueface's family. The courts could soon uncover layers of manipulation that have so far been cloaked in secrecy. Behind the scenes, Chrisean's legal team is reportedly preparing a strong response. This video, combined with mounting evidence of coercion and emotional trauma, could be pivotal in reshaping the custody battle. But it also exposes the broader, heartbreaking reality of how fame, mental health struggles, and legal systems collide, sometimes with devastating consequences. In this unfolding drama, one truth remains clear: Chrisean's fight is far from over. The raw confession in that motel room is not just a moment of vulnerability, it's a rallying cry, a desperate plea for justice, for her child, and for a system that many believe has failed her spectacularly. As the story continues to unravel, the world watches, waits, and wonders, how much deeper can this heartbreaking saga go? The public erupted. Accusations flew. Was T complicit? Did she betray Chrisean? The friend's brief defense on social media was quickly deleted amid mounting backlash. What began as a custody dispute has evolved into a harrowing saga of manipulation, heartbreak, and public scrutiny, a stark reminder of the fragile line between love, loss, and the harsh glare of fame. Listen, I was just trying to capture everything as it unfolded, keeping a record in case things took a turn for the worse. But the fans didn't see it that way. They accused me not of documenting, but of betraying her. They said I traded her trust for a shot at fame, letting her struggle while I stood by, silent. The criticism wasn't limited to social media. It hit harder. Now, according to a fresh leak from Christian's legal team, T could be called to testify under oath about her involvement in that motel handoff. They want to know what she knew, when she knew it, and whether she was collaborating with Carissa all along. And that's just the beginning. Here's the twist that ignited the firestorm. Carissa shared a calm, smiling selfie cradling baby Junior, wearing a shirt emblazoned with "Family First," accompanied by a caption that read, "No matter what they say, he's safe now. That's all that matters." The reaction was explosive. Fans accused her of theft disguised as love, calling out the blatant manipulation behind the "Family First" facade. They saw it as a sick victory, not a reunion. Then, out of nowhere, Blueface went live, dropping a bombshell no one saw coming. He openly admitted, "Yeah, we did what we had to do. Call it dirty if you want, but she's getting the help she needs now. Baby's safe. That's all that matters. I'm not apologizing for protecting my son." Then, with chilling finality, he delivered words that left the whole internet silent, words that no one could forget. But Blueface's chilling final words made one thing clear. If Christian wants her son back, she's going to have to fight tooth and nail for him. "We've got more receipts," he warned, a threat hanging heavy in the air, sparking fresh waves of speculation. What else are they hiding? Is there another betrayal lurking just around the corner? Meanwhile, Christian's silence is deafening. Her social media remains untouched, save for that haunting hospital bracelet photo and a flood of raw emotion from her supporters. Yet, behind the scenes, insiders whisper that she's gearing up, preparing a powerful statement, perhaps even a lawsuit or a revealing interview that could unravel the entire story. The truth is, this battle is far from over. The fight for baby Junior has only just ignited, and the next move could cost someone far more than custody. Brace yourself. This saga is only beginning. You've just witnessed a devastating tale of betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak, an ordeal no mother should ever endure. Chrisean Rock didn't simply vanish or crumble without cause. She was trapped, ensnared in a calculated setup, a pawn caught in a game far larger than herself. Now the world sees the truth. Someone she trusted betrayed her. The video tells a story words can't hide. Her tears were genuine, her silence louder than any scream. So the questions remain, was Christian truly unraveling? Or was this her only way to shield herself from a system designed to wear her down? Was T an ally? Or an accomplice? And with Blueface hinting at more receipts, what secrets are still buried? What might they be hiding? And what comes next?